Hello guys and girls, welcome to my first proper video on this channel. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison between Playerunknowns Battleground and H1Z1. Since a lot of people nowadays will be probably playing the PlayerUnknowns and they won't really know much about the H1, so I thought why not create something where you can see the difference between them and then see which one you prefer. So first of all I'll start with the pros and cons of each, and then I'll show you a bit of gameplay to do with each of the games and the menus and the setups and stuff. So to start off with, we've got the pros and cons of PlayerUnknowns Battleground. To start with the pros, it's a slower gameplay and pace to the games, which makes it feel more realistic and enjoyable personally for me. The graphics and environment design of the game is superior to that of H1, although it is slightly unoptimized in the minute. It's not done very well and it is a bit laggy for me even with a top spec PC. The gun designs and the attachments of the weapons I think is pretty cool. I think they had them on Armour and DayZ, but I just love it on this game, so I've never really played with it before and it's just something new and cool for me. The servers and the gameplay is updated regularly by developers because they actually enjoy the game and want to be part of it and actually make a good game out of it, which is really nice to see. Also, PlayerUnknown, I believe, said that he will release the source code after the game is finally finished, which means that he'll be able to have mods on it, just like Armour and stuff like that. Right, so moving on to the cons. First of all, the price tag, it is set at just under £27, which is very steep for a pre-alpha early release game, to be fair. The game is also not optimized very well, I don't believe. I feel like it feels laggy, not as much with the graphics, maybe at higher graphics as you'll probably seen the gameplay videos after, but more for like server lag such as looting and opening doors and stuff like that. The lack of character customization currently is a bit poor, but that's just because there's not going to be much in the game through clothings and skins and stuff, which I don't really want much of, like in H1, how they have lots of bright colours and stuff. I'd rather have it be more realistic and not having someone running around in pink and blue tights. So, also, the bag design I think in game is a little bit lackluster, since you can't carry multiple helmets and armours around in the bag, which means if yours does break in a fight you've got to wait until you find one and pick another one up, I think anyway, I'm not too sure. Right, so now we're going to move on to H1Z1. The pros of this game is that, well, these pros are mainly just going to be because of how long the game has been out now. So first of all, it has a relatively smooth gameplay nowadays, whereas it used to be really poor, like worse than PlayerUnknowns Battleground. It's a very fast-paced game, so it's more like a Call of Duty arcade-style gameplay, which some people do prefer. Like I prefer COD to Battlefield, but I prefer PlayerUnknowns Battleground to H1. The in-game crafting in the game, I'm a big fan of. The way you can shred armour and clothing that you don't need to be able to make bandages and other items that will basically help you survive throughout the game is pretty cool. In comparison to PlayerUnknowns Battleground, we're just going to stick to the King of the Kill version now, which it is cheaper because it's £15 rather than the £27 of PlayerUnknowns Battleground. Although when I first bought the game, I think I paid £8 off the website, and that got me both. Well, originally the game was both just one rather than two. But right, moving on from that one, the character screen is laid out well, and there's a lot of character designs. So you can have lots of different skins, as you'll see later on in the game. I'll end up showing you just a little bit through briefly. But there's things from gun skins to helmet skins and bag skins to you can wear tights, you can wear trainers, you can wear big dirty armours and coats. So it's pretty cool. Right, moving on to the cons of the game. If I made this video a year ago, I'd have been slating it a lot more, because the developers, it is done very poorly. There's lack of updates and progression with the game. It'd be months before there was fixes for bugs and upgrades in quality of the gameplay. But nowadays it's not as bad because there's not as many issues that need fixing. But still, the game will have collision bugs and bullet registration issues, whether that's shooting through walls and cars, or all of a sudden your car scraping past a sign and it just randomly exploding. Finally, the crates and keys in the game is very overpriced, running at about £2.50 per key, which if you amount for, so like if you want to just buy 5 skins, then that's going to be costing you £10, and you may get skins that are worth nothing and not good at all. So personally, I don't really buy them much, but since they added the scrap in, by using games you can sort of get a free reroll of items when you get enough. So, right, so I'll leave this part here, and then I'll jump into some gameplay first of all for H1Z1, and then we'll just show you through that. Right, see you in a minute. Right, now that we're on the H1Z1, we can see what the menu looks like first of all. First glances, nowadays it's pretty nice and clean. All the buttons work quite nice, work nice even. They look nice, they're designed well, they've got your blood-stained splatters, like the original art that they used to stick with. So you go through your settings, they've got all your different settings there. Streaming settings is quite a good addition, really. But, right, let's look at the appearances, what you can get. Now, I really like how they've laid all this out. Now, it never used to be really good, you used to have to do it in-game. Every single game you used to have to apply a skin. But now you can basically just choose what skins you want to use, and then when you pick up that specific item, it'll already have them attached, sort of thing. So you can't actually change them in game anymore, I don't believe. You have to, the only way is to go through the character customization screen on the main menu, but it's not too much hassle really, but it's quite cool. The one big thing that I do like about H1 over Battleground, but that's just because the game has been out longer, is the fact that you can have a lot of customization in the game. I know Battleground's only been out probably 2 weeks-ish now, probably not even that, so the game is still in alpha, as you can see, and everything is, well, it's just getting built up really from the ground up. So H1, they've got all the new skins. They have the guns, which I do really like, but I'm expecting them not to add this in Battlegrounds because I think it takes away the kind of feel of the game. Like H1's more of an arcadey, fun-paced game, whereas Battlegrounds is more of a slow-paced, realistic game, which I actually prefer, in all honesty. Right, so as you'll see from the pros and cons, the crates and keys for H1 is really overpriced. Like you get one, I think it's one item's like £2.50, it works out at, so I think it's £2.50 a key. And if you don't have the crates given to you, like, so I swear down they don't give the crates out as much anymore as what they used to, then you'd have to buy the crates as well, either for £250, which is, again, £2.50, or you can buy them on the marketplace for like 20p or whatever, but still, it's not what you want to do. Right, so they've also added the stats menus in the games where you can basically look at, I haven't really played it this year, I've only played like 3 games a couple of days ago, and my internet was bad at the time, so I didn't really play much. But they've added like a full ranking system and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. So right, we'll jump into a game now, and then you can see the sort of feel of what they are like and what it's meant to be. So I'll cut this now to when the game starts, and then I'll see you there. Right, so the game's just about to start, so we can. Let's go back. Right, so the game's just starting now, and we'll see how the flying is in this game now. Yeah, I'll be an okay spawn. Yeah, so you're automatically deployed with a parachute in this game rather than jumping out of a plane on Battlegrounds, which I think is pretty epic, to be fair. Like, you get to choose where you fly out to a certain degree, because the plane's already going in one direction anyway. Right, so there's a car here, so let's see if we can get it just to show what the driving is like in this game. Or not. Great. I don't know why, but oh god, it's not registering well for me. Whenever I try and get close to a door, it doesn't pop up. And now, yeah. What the hell? Yeah, so the looting is a a lot better in this game. I swear down the doors was a lot more responsive than what it is. But yeah, the gameplay feels smooth. It's apart from right there you go. That's better. That's more like it. Must be now one building. So I don't really want to show you what it looks like shooting with a pistol. It's not very good. So I'll quickly see if I can find an AR and then sure. Yeah, so you get crossbows in this game, so they're a bit shit unless you get the explosive arrows which got added a few months ago now. But we'll just pick it up just to show you what the shooting's like. Right, so basically like the shooting's pretty responsive. I thought I did quite well there, nearly killed her with just a pistol. Should have done better shooting. But yeah, right, that's H1, and I know it's probably not the best gameplay to share, but you can just see the basics of how it moves, what they do, and sort of stuff like that. Oh, I also forgot to say, they have like a bounty reward system in game, but I swear down, it just doesn't work. They basically depend on your score, you get bounty credits, what you can use to unlock like vehicle skins. But if you don't, like I swear down, when you bet them and win, you don't get anything. So it's just not very good to that extent. Right, so now we'll cut over to Battlegrounds and we'll have the same sort of little overview test, and yeah, so I'll see you in a second. Right, now that we're on Battlegrounds, we can see the menus and the home screen of Battlegrounds. First of all, for an alpha game, it is really well designed aesthetically. The buttons are nice, the hover over is quite nice. It's not bulky and got big buttons and big navigation tools everywhere. So it's just straightforward, standard edge cart. I really like this design, how you can see character on the home screen. The character customization, it's a bit like H1, apart from instead of having the bars at the top, it's drop down here, and you click on it and you can see what you have. So it's quite cool. I like this. Khaki brown. I like khaki ones. So I don't know if you can get a lot of additional stuff from like opening the crates, what you get from your in-game currencies. Because currently I don't think you can actually buy the in-game currency. I think you only have to earn it to buy the crates. So, oh, that's a bit steep to change a person, but still, right. So we'll look at the settings. Well, that's statistics. You can see, right now I played 38 minutes, nothing at all. So it's pretty cool. Like it is really nice designed. I do like it a lot. But right, so we'll jump into a game and then we'll see in comparison what that is like compared to H1. So I'll just cut to that before the game starts. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so the game's just about to start. So instantly you can see a difference in starting the game in comparison to H1. You come flying on, I don't know what that flame is, but you come flying in on a big like aircraft carrier, and then you basically just, when you get over the map, as you can see in a second, there you go, you'll start being given an option to eject and jump out. So I'll jump somewhere where there's sort of like a town in a second. Right, here you go. So like right now I'm playing in ultra settings again, which for my PC it shouldn't be an issue at all, but it is slightly juddery. So I'll jump out now. You basically choose when to deploy your parachute, or you can pretty much just wait until you get until the low part on the white bar on the left, and then it will do it itself. So there you go, and then you swing around to try and land. But the one thing I don't like about the landing part is in a second you see it just like really slows down. Right now, like it's a bit too realistic in that sense. I'd rather it just slam on the ground sort of thing. Right. Yeah, so like the environment and everything else is it's just so much better. But like now, like it just don't feel optimized properly. Like it's slightly laggy. Oh, right. You can jab people. Right, I'm gonna leave him because I don't really want to die. So I'll run up here. I'll drop the quality settings in a second, see if that helps, but I don't really think it should. Yeah, see, like it's not as responsive as what you want it to be. It's not too bad today, to be fair, in comparison to yesterday. That might have just been my internet, but I don't think it was. So, right, I'll just quickly drop the quality settings down. Yes, it's even at the bar, just doesn't feel right. I'll drop to medium just for video purposes. Yeah, so it feels a lot smoother now. Oh yeah, it feels a lot better. That might just be because of the... It might just not be optimized very well at higher resolutions for high settings. But still, like, there is a severe lack of weapons spawns in this game. Oh, God. Yeah, the jumping's a bit wayward on this as well. You seem to not jump over walls properly. Yeah, so right now, like, the looting doesn't seem too bad. It seems, oh yeah, especially there, like, it seemed pretty quick and no issues at all. But I'll see if I can quickly find someone. Where's that guy? I'll try and shoot him up. No, it doesn't feel too bad today. That's pretty sick. Cool. Any good weapons in there? Nope. Is there? Yeah, right. So one of the things I realised is that when you see armor and bags and tops and stuff on the floor, you don't store them in your bag. You pretty much just swap them and drop the ones that you had equipped. So like now, if you see, it drops the high tops that I had. So it's a bit annoying, but it's not really. Oh right, well I just got absolutely pelted there. Right, so as you can see, the gameplay is getting a lot better over the weeks. It is growing through its alpha development stages, which is expected as a new game. But yeah, that's pretty much the standard what the gameplay looks like and what it feels like, the menus and stuff. So right, I'll leave the Battleground recording there for today, and then I'll probably end up releasing a video of me just playing a few games of it throughout the week. But no, that's it. So I'll just jump out the game and then I'll finish off the video. Yeah.